It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in theaters, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors, beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hey there, Jim.
Hey, Bryce.
And Murray, who I've been waiting all week with bated breath to hear what he thought of Skinamarink, one of the films we're reviewing this week. So just stay tuned. I'm sure it's going to be...
you'll hear about it.
It's gonna be,
you will.
I'm looking so forward to it. Hey there, Merman.
Yo.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Skinamarink dink-doo. Thanks to all who've been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast, please like, subscribe, and share, and give us a 5-star rating on your listening platform, or even better for us, support us and join the Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/FilmRageYYC. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible film, as long as it played in a cinema anywhere in the world, and that's even including in the Antarctic.
Iceland?
If it could have. And then we'll watch it. Now, let's get to raging. But first, here's a word from our sponsor.
Hey, Bryce, what are you doing tonight?
I'm going to my favorite cinema, Canyon Meadows Cinema, to see the best second-run movies at the best price.
What? How inexpensive are they?
Regular price is $5.
Regular price is $5. Makes me hope they also serve pizza.
They do, plus a lot of other great food choices. Plus, I'm planning my office Christmas party there. They can host a plethora of options for any get-together. Gaming, movie, drag show.
Drag show? Now I know where I'm planning my next party.
Hey, maybe you think there's a Liam Neeson or a superhero movie planned?
I hope not. But maybe there'll be a great independent documentary.
Sure. Call CMC at 403-670-5444 to book a special event, or go online at canyonmeadowscinema.ca.
You know there's a free popcorn night coming up somewhere?
It's tomorrow.
Yeah. See? I told you it was coming up.
You're correct.
Right? So if you go to the movies tomorrow, you'll get free popcorn.
At Cineplex.
Well, I think a lot of them are doing it.
Oh,
I got one from, made me think of it because of CMC. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So everybody who's listening, I'm not sure if this is just a Canadian thing, but perhaps our American friends will also get free popcorn.
I like popcorn.
Me too.
It's tasty.
It is. I don't like it as much as you.
Lots and lots of butter.
No. No. That's got animal products in it.
I like I like golden
products.
topping, but that's me. Like, and I'm not telling you what the golden topping is because they won't tell us either.
They won't tell us. It's a secret.
So, what do we see in cinemas, Bryce?
We saw a couple of things, but the first thing, well, I guess it wasn't the first thing we saw.
It wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It was
But we saw something eventually, and its name was Plane.
How's that spelled? Plain?
I'm actually getting to that.
What's it about, Bryce?
You're probably going to say the same thing as me. Plane. Wait, is that PLAIN or PLANE? What? It's PLANE. PLAIN would make a lot more sense, as there is nothing inspired about this run-of-the-mill action crap fest. I went into this with the lowest expectations imaginable, and it was still disappointing. This film about a pilot played by Gerard Butler who crash lands a plane and must try to save his passengers from angry militants is about as good as it sounds. There is no chemistry between any of the underdeveloped characters. The action sequences are mainly close-ups of Gerard Butler's face, which no one wants. We also get some big guns and some big explosions and a lot of noise, but little in the way of sincerity, which has just left me feeling bad for everyone involved with this. I will admit that I broke down in hysterics and laughed all the way from the 2 minutes left all the way right through the end credits. when Butler's character, who at the time had multiple gunshot wounds that were bleeding profusely, and was asked by one of the stewardesses, "You're going to the hospital, right?" That question broke me, and it crossed over into that so bad it's entertaining realm for a brief moment. But alas, that was not enough to save this train wreck, or should I say plane wreck, of a movie. Plane lives up to its name. It was indeed plain, and it was also a rage.
Huh. Who knew? You know what? I've got a plan.
Yeah, that also made me laugh.
The greatest line ever made in a movie with Gerard Butler. Oh, and about planes. Mm-hmm. I don't think they said anything like that in Planes, but in Plane, singular, that was one of the best lines. Just got to say. But more importantly, what may be lacking in this movie is there wasn't any motherfucking snakes on the motherfucking plane.
That's true.
If there was, this might have been a little better. This had the stupidest people making the stupidest decisions, along with characters like Gerard Butler's daughter, which has no bearing on anything in this entire film, and everything through this entire movie was nonsensical. Like mercenaries, who are actual professionals, who just wander in to a giant town where everybody has a gun, shooting all out in the open, and a firefight that was the most ridiculous shoot-'em-up scene I've ever seen in my entire life. And how Luke Cage, aka Mike Coulter, can run faster than a car and a plane that are having a race was physics-defying, and upon viewing, very ridiculous.
I didn't bring that up because I knew you were going to.
Oh, yeah, you can bet I was going to bring that up. The best thing in this movie was...
There was a best thing in this movie?
There was the second best question of the film.
Yes.
Which Bryce has already mentioned.
Yes.
Are you going to the hospital? And just like that, we expected another Gerard Butler film in the can. And when I say can, I mean garbage can. And speaking of hospitals, while watching the end of the movie, I thought, as I was watching the movie, had to turn and watch Bryce because he may need to go to one, as he and I laughed for 10 solid minutes upon hearing the question, are you going to the hospital? And by hospital, I mean mental hospital. Yeah. And there is a lot to unpack in this movie, but let's hear what Murray has to say first.
What say you, Murman?
Yeah. Oh, it was a rage, by the way.
First off, I'm extremely glad I did not go with you two guys.
You would have laughed because it was funny.
I would have probably punched you both in the mouth.
What, is this going to be your number one movie of 2023 so far?
It might be. You never know.
Okay.
I know there's no point in trying to convince these two to ever give Gerard Butler a chance.
No.
They hold him in the same category as Liam Neeson.
Actually, he's lower than Liam Neeson.
Lower.
I get it.
At least Liam Neeson was in Schindler's List.
Can I finish,
and Dark
please?
Man.
Yeah, it's true.
Are you done?
Yes, he is.
Okay, let me finish then.
Okay, let's have it.
For a decade, he went from poorly received action movies, bad rom-coms, and at least one terrible action rom-com, which was The Bounty Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
So I get it. Not to mention one of my favorite movies of all time, which you guys made incredible fun of.
Top Gun?
No, Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, that one.
Which I thought he was good in.
Okay.
I wrote a song about it.
Yes, I know. That made me want to punch you too.
Nice.
And he also gives the impression of he appears in good movies by accident. Like he doesn't plan to, it just kind of happens. His rugged handsomeness, directly honest manner, and macho American accent have won some audiences over. He stars in meat and potatoes, action movies, thrillers, movies about cops, criminals, Secret Service agents, terrorists, and disasters. He has avoided superhero movies and forms a British Isle triangle along with England's Jason Statham and Northern Ireland's Liam Neeson.
That bell was probably telling us that you've been talking too much about Gerard Butler.
Too damn bad. I listened to you guys drone on about how bad this was for 10 minutes, so now it's my turn.
Oh, should have been 20.
kept it pretty concise.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, Gerard Butler will never win an Oscar for acting, but he wins my heart every time he kicks ass on the movie screen. Though in this case, it was mostly Luke Cage that kicked ass while trying to keep Butler from doing stupid things to get himself killed.
See, I told you he was stupid.
Doing stupid things.
Oh, he was also stupid.
He wasn't the smartest character. just rush the guys with all guns, I'm just a pilot.
Right.
Some movies are meant to be a fun time as long as you don't take it too seriously. The movie is not exactly original, though I think it still feels fresh. You know what's going to happen. The plot gets us to the end, but not by over-explaining what's going on. The pace is almost non-stop, action is easy to follow, and the movie does have some heart at the end. You can have some fun with this as long as you're willing to forgive the ridiculousness of the plot. I definitely did. It was a high-flying Mondo.
Mondo,
Wow.
eh? Wow.
Huh.
So is that your number 2 film of 2023?
It is.
So you're saying it's number 2, right?
I'm saying it's the second one of the second week. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, can we please just unpack a few things, though?
Attack whatever you want.
Okay, so first off, the thing that got me the most was he started with a Scottish accent.
You did.
And that swiftly was eliminated.
Scottish.
What did I say?
Because he's Scottish. That's why it's Scottish.
You said Scottish, but the problem was that
He didn't speak Scottish for the whole movie.
yeah, his accent kind of went.
It kind
in
of
and out.
went pretty much right after he said it. Like he was like speaking with a Scottish accent, and then soon afterwards,
it came in and out a little bit.
it wasn't. I mean, come on.
It was not consistent, though.
Why would they make him Scottish unless he was going to speak the whole movie Scottish?
Yes.
It made no sense.
No.
And just every single thing, every decision he made was the wrong decision.
Yes. It was. It was. I don't know. It was.
Yeah, I mean,
it's lazy writing when you just write him. Make him just make dumb decisions every time instead of having circumstances end up, leading him where he's going. They're just like, no, let's just have him do this because that'll put him in the most peril.
Yeah.
And even though no one would actually do that, we'll have him do it.
Especially when he's like, he's going to go rescue the hostages.
Yeah.
And he's like literally saw them kill people for no apparent reason.
And the other dude has to hold him back because it's like, dude, there is no freaking way unless you're a total moron.
Yeah.
This is not the opportunity. You're just going to go in there.
Yeah, you're just gonna
take them all on by yourself.
As you're running out of the forest, you're gonna get shot.
Yeah.
But I mean more when they were in the village. When he was gonna do that, and he's like, you know what the solution to this problem is? He's already released them all from their trap cage. Yeah. He's like, you know what will only work here is if I give myself up. And when he said that, I was like, what? That makes absolutely no sense to me.
Sense.
Like, it was like, okay, yeah, go give yourself up. You're going to last about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Which he would have.
The whole thing was they walked there. So why wouldn't they just walk back?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
What did they think they were going to do? He was going to give himself up and then they were going to let everybody go?
You're talking about the village. They took the truck almost all the way there, and then he crashed right before they got there.
Yeah.
They didn't walk all the way from the plane.
Yeah, but still, they got there pretty simply.
Yeah.
They could have got away simply.
They were driving that long.
Yeah, well, they drove the bus away. It just like none of the scenes of going from point A to point B through this film made any sense to me. That was my biggest problem with this film, other than the fact when Luke Cage outran the plane and the car.
Yes.
Which you must have known that isn't humanly possible.
He was in one spot and then they cut away and then they cut back and he was like.
Well, they also showed that the car and the plane,
from where he was before.
The car and the plane took off right about when he took off.
Yeah.
And then they were going as fast as humanly possible.
They showed him run and we're like, where's he going? Little did we know that he was outrunning the plane and the car. So you could just sit there and then.
Well, there you go. See, now if it was Luke Cage, that's why. That makes sense.
You guys keep on saying he's Luke. I don't know who Luke Cage is. Lewis Cage?
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
The superhero.
What's his There's a superhero
What's a
called
superhero?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a superhero called Luke Cage.
My
Luke?
point exactly.
Luke.
Luke.
L-U-K-E.
Okay, Luke.
New word.
Just stop.
C-A-G-E.
Just stop. This
Luke
He knows who he
Cage.
is. He's just.
I have no idea who Luke
Yeah,
Cage
He doesn't.
is.
He doesn't.
Who the
like-
hell is Luke Cage?
He doesn't like superheroes.
That's not a superhero.
It is him.
He is.
And
There's a
he's
super.
pretty.
Okay, what is it? DC or Marvel or some other?
Marvel.
Yeah.
It's the same universe as Daredevil.
Yeah, you know Daredevil with the worst actor
With the worst
that's ever
actor on
lived.
the
Okay,
planet.
was that character in the Ben Affleck Daredevil?
No.
Probably.
Isn't
He was in the background.
isn't
He
this
was
series?
there.
Yeah.
He was
He-
there.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever.
The important thing about it
I have no idea.
Important
who
thing
Luke
is you guys
Cage
hate
is.
it. Let's move on.
Yeah. Well, we just should say, why did he need to stay on the plane when they asked? Like, why was he staying on the
I
plane?
don't know why they did anything.
Okay, well, that makes more
Why
sense.
did they make the movie?
All right,
I don't
well,
know.
that kind of makes more sense. All right. We also saw a movie.
Streamed.
Yeah, but Bryce saw it in cinemas.
That's
so
not bad.
I wanted to see it in cinemas.
See, he
but
streamed it too.
I had to stream it as well.
That's why I put the music on.
Murray,
See,
Murray
I'm
knows
thinking.
stuff. So this played in cinemas.
Sort of.
Last year.
Yes.
No, this year.
This
It
year.
says 2022 on IMDb.
Well, yeah, but it
Yeah,
it probably
was
went through the
late
festival circuit.
2022, and it also
Yeah.
it is in semi-widespread
cinema.
release.
in Calgary.
Yeah.
It's probably
one
in a
week
couple.
November.
That's right. No, here. He was
I mean?
this week.
Oh, was it in this theater?
Yeah. That's why Bryce was going to see it in cinemas. But
I
we
wanted to.
got to see it on
But
VOD.
at least we got to see it.
Yeah, well, at least we did. So we got to see The Eternal Daughter. Very gothic feel to this hotel with bitchy front desk clerk in a hotel that appears to be empty yet cannot seem to accommodate them at all. I say try. And in this, it was bothering me for quite a while in the film. But then as we approach the end and the big quote unquote reveal,
Nah, that wasn't a
Well-
quote unquote a reveal.
well, actually,
Don't be silly.
Yes.
not that big of a reveal.
Well, no, this wasn't
It-
a reveal because it was so obvious. But
It
go
was,
ahead.
yeah, okay. It felt more.
Nobody watching this is gonna go, "Oh my god!" And that was the intent. It wasn't intended to be a reveal.
Well, that's questionable.
Oh, it is.
It felt more right having Tilda play both characters, but through most of this movie, I wasn't appreciative of it. This film is slow and not really much anything happens. So as I was either watching it or falling asleep watching it, I didn't think that Bryce would probably enjoy this movie maybe just a little bit more than me.
Apparently, a lot more than
Yeah,
you.
as he does love watching movies where nothing happens.
Stuff
Tilda
happened.
And this movie had all kinds of that, where nothing happens. I didn't hate it because I do like the Tilda Swinton for my money, and the fact I was kind of mad, and then I realized later why she was doing both roles was something I did actually like about this film. I really didn't know what the film was ultimately about other than a woman's journey in the memory of her mom, and I did have to rewatch it a second time to rewatch the parts that I slept through.
How could you sleep through any of
Which
this?
didn't make me love it any more
Oh my
than when I
God.
slept through about 30 minutes of it the first time around.
Yes.
But
And
on the
surprisingly,
times,
I stayed awake. Which
Yeah.
is surprising.
but on the times I woke up, I wasn't annoyed because apparently the film did ease me in and out of slumber with a gentleness. So for that reason, and for Tilda Swinton's beautiful performance, it's a meh.
And what say you, Mur?
Bryce is not going to be happy.
Whatever. He'll get over it.
So, Tilda Swinton ×2 plays mother and daughter.
Actually, ×3, wasn't it, in the credits?
Yeah, I think she was in her third time. Maybe because the mother when she was dead, it was like really, really old. So maybe they credited her 3 times. But
Maybe.
yeah, they're checking into a hotel that used to be their family home. So apparently they used to live in a mansion. Upon check-in, they are greeted by a rude yet entertaining receptionist who informs them they can't have the room they want. The kitchen is closed and can't find their reservation. This is important because 90% of the film, there are no other people in the hotel. I actually counted 16 room keys and nobody else running around the property. To add to that, the receptionist doubles as the waitress. So she's like the only person that actually works there, apparently. Probably cooks the meals too, the 4 items they have on the menu. But I guess you don't need any other people when you have 2 Tilda Swinton.
That's right. Double your pleasure.
And that's
straight.
what you get. Tilda talking to Tilda for 96 minutes.
Heaven.
The ending was very M. Night, but not the good kind.
No, it wasn't.
It
You guys
was-
missed the point.
It was old.
It was.
It was not. You guys completely. Go ahead. I'll shut up.
Oh, really? I can continue now? It was flat, uninspired, and I kept checking my watch to see when this snooze fast would end. And I also looked over to see when Jim was going to wake up. The atmosphere, the fog, and the location was creepy.
It was.
And yes, Tilda was good. Rage.
All right. He couldn't forgive
Could not forgive
anything.
the story.
Gotcha. All right. Now, what movie did Bryce see?
I saw a completely different movie than you guys.
Yeah, you did.
The Eternal Daughter is a beautifully shot story of a woman coming to terms with her regrets. Tilda Swinton is brilliant as a screenwriter who is writing a film about her mother as they stay at an estate where some strange noises and occurrences commence. Swinton pulls double duty as she plays mother and daughter. There is an obvious twist of sorts that most will have figured out in the first few minutes, but it is not really that important, as it is not really hidden, and it is not at all the payoff for this film. The payoff is the brilliance of Tilda Swinton as she navigates through this relationship between mother and daughter, as well as the overall atmosphere that director and writer Joanna Hogg creates as we witness a few days in this woman's life. This is a superior exercise in tone, and it is also a mondo.
Huh. Yeah. Because there was not a lot happening.
There was a
I knew
ton
you-
going on.
I knew you'd
No,
love
It
it.
was all just under
there
the
really
surface.
wasn't.
Oh,
It was
okay.
too deep for you
There
two
really-
schmoes.
Oh, right. Much too deep, Murray.
Too deep for us.
The
apparently.
deepness of her going out looking for her
Apparently.
dog multiple times.
Yeah.
That was good
Well,
stuff.
I'm sorry. Please explain to the dim-wittedness of Murray and I how important it was that she took her fucking dog out every other 5 minutes in the movie, or that there was even a dog in it.
There
What was the whole purpose of the
Well,
dog?
you could have the dog pee in the hotel room.
It's got some metaphor that Murray and I are not capturing with the value of the dog and her walking it every 5
It was
minutes.
just a nice segue from scene to
Oh,
scene.
of course it was a segue. Yeah, see, we got that segue. That was not the part. Was there wasn't a lot going on in the
There was a
movie?
lot going on.
No, there was some amazing scenes
There
with
was-
Tilda Swinton.
there was
That I will 100%
tremendous
give
amount
you.
of-
The movie was boring, and I
No.
proved it because I fell asleep actually twice.
Twice.
Yeah, and then
How
I had
could
to
you
go
fall asleep during this?
because it was boring and not a lot happened.
I don't know what
I
you're
will
watching.
say the end scene with Tilda and Tilda was pretty good.
The Tilda Swinton scene
And
was
yeah,
good.
I may be the only person out of the 2 million or whatever that saw this, but yeah, I didn't see the ending coming. It was a
Oh.
surprise to me.
Well, it wasn't. Yeah.
I thought it was his. Well, okay, I'm not going to go into it in case you want to actually see this thing, but
Oh,
Yeah.
you could spoil this all over the place because it's not. It wasn't. That's not the point of the film at all.
yeah.
I guarantee if you were to talk to the filmmaker, she'd be like, "No, it's obviously that's the case."
Let's
I mean, did you
hope.
watch the movie? You'd know that in the first 7
The
seconds.
only thing would have been better is if in Tilda Swinton's breakdown scene where she's crying, that she said,
she cries a lot.
"I see dead people." Then it would.
Then it would've been
Then
good.
it would have been.
There
Yeah.
you
Then
go.
then it could have been an M. Night
would've been s-
Shyamalan Ding Dong.
that would have been
That's-
stupid.
Ramalama ding
There,
dong.
there was a huge continuity issue in this that we
yes,
spotted,
there
though.
was.
What was that?
Made me laugh
There was
when he
one
pointed it
huge,
out.
it was one huge,
was huge.
continuity issue.
I didn't notice it.
They're showing Tilda Swinton and her mom in the
in the room. Yeah.
and then they do an edit and they show Tilda Swinton's mom on the other side of
It's
the
twin bed.
of the beds, and then the next shot she's back in the other
left
side of
side.
the beds.
The same character.
Maybe that was done on purpose.
I don't think so.
I don't think it was.
Yeah, It wasn't.
No, like it wasn't Tilda. It was the mother because
Yeah, it
of
was
the gray
the-
hair and
yeah,
makeup.
yeah.
She's on the right side with the wall
Yeah.
behind her.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to another shot, and the mother's on the left side with the wall behind her.
Yeah, but once
Yeah.
again, it's the mother.
Yeah, I know.
But
So
the
it's
same
just more.
character.
It's just
But
more
she switched from
foreshadowing.
one
No,
day to
it's-
the other in
no,
the next
it's just-
scene. It
it's-
was the same scene.
Yeah,
I
it was.
understand that. It's just more foreshadowing.
Okay, there we go. Well, it was man.
Yeah,
It was Mondo.
I couldn't give it a man. I just didn't enjoy it.
Murray, it was a.
It was a rage.
There you go.
I didn't like it at all.
So it was a perfectly well balanced film,
surprised-
apparently,
surprised I stayed
because
for it.
we each got something out of it or didn't get something out of it.
I was waiting
I-
for the scary shit to happen.
Loved it.
Didn't.
I kept waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Perfect.
You love your Tilda.
He likes nothing.
It has
in
nothing
movies.
to do with just Tilda
Yes,
Swinton's in the
it
movie. I
does.
love it.
It was 100% because there was nothing happening in it. Murray.
And it was
That
Tilda
is why.
Swinton.
And it had Tilda Swinton. So that had a double.
Two of
I
them.
wish
a
there
double
was less,
Bryce's.
I wish
Mondo.
there was less happening because there was too much happening. I was trying to play catch up all the time.
I just kept waiting for the receptionist to show up again because she
Yeah,
was
she
the best
was
part of the
awesome.
movie.
No,
I loved
she
her.
was the best part
I
of the
loved
movie.
her. She was awesome.
She's the best.
She
best.
was.
You guys are
She
broken.
was awesome.
She was the best.
Well,
thing,
you
actually.
broke me
That's right.
with your plane review. So there.
That's right. So
Yes.
the other thing, and I set things up like this because I anticipated when we saw this movie that Murray did not actually see the whole thing,
Yes, I did.
but apparently he did, except for his bathroom break mid channel.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
I see.
So, what else did we see, Bryce? As you already foreshadowed.
Yes. Calgary Underground Film Festival had a cuff event. And what do they call it? Off the
Off
cuff?
the cuff, yeah.
Off the cuff.
And for those who are looking, you can find Calgary Underground Film at calgaryundergroundfilm.org.
Yes.
They have stuff all year round.
That's right.
They presented a film by the name of Skinamarink.
Edu.
Skinamarink in this house is a film that takes static shots of walls and ceilings and stairways and a closet door, along with muffled dialogue, sound bites from public domain cartoons, and not one person's face is ever shown, as it creates one of the most unique experiences you could have at the cinema. In this house, all the action is off camera, and what little dialogue there is, you really have to lean into to catch. In this house, it takes a simple concept of two kids finding that their parents are gone and all the doors and windows to the outside are now covered up and there is no escape. And that turns into a very creepy experience indeed. In this house, the film created a feeling in me that I had just woken up, a little groggy, just heard an unfamiliar noise coming from somewhere in this house. That is how I felt for most of the duration of this film. In this house, an uneasy feeling persisted through its entire runtime. In this house, we have an experience that is Mondo.
Mert, now that I know you did go
Want me to go
to
next?
see the whole thing, yeah, go.
All right.
I loved it.
Of course you did.
I can tell.
Despite what it says on the agenda here, I did not quit on this film.
It felt like it from our
really,
perspective.
really-
There was Murr, and then there was no Murr.
Really, really, really wanted to, but I ended up watching the rest of it standing at the back
In this house.
mostly because there were people sitting right next to me because it was almost a sold out crowd. Which
In the house.
Nice.
exactly. So yeah, COVID. So I prefer to be a little more comfortable not sitting right next to somebody I don't know.
Nice.
So yeah,
That is fair.
I stood at the back for most of it,
Yep.
for the last half hour anyway. This was a Cuff screening. I love Cuff. I love volunteering for Cuff, and all the people that are involved. Not every film they present is for me.
Is a Murray movie.
Our good friend Brenda said I probably wouldn't like this, and she really knows me. First, I have to applaud the filmmakers. As somebody who works in the film industry in Alberta, I can appreciate all the effort it takes to make a movie. And for the $15,000 budget, it made about 50 times its money back over
Nice.
the weekend. So kudos for that. I can now appreciate all the hate out there for The Blair Witch Project and Paranormal Activity. Both films that scared the crap out of me, by the way. I guess I was supposed to have nightmares from this film. I bet everybody else does, apparently. Truth is, it was way too dark, and the buzzing audio, an unbelievable amount of static shots was too much for me.
Oh, it's so good.
I actually liked the story, but as a theater patron, I usually require walking, talking actors in the movies I watch.
Oh, that's overrated.
Or when they're on a plane.
Or they're on a plane. I think I counted maybe 3 or 4 shots that had moving action. The rest was shots of doorways and walls.
So
and
good.
had really bad cartoons with terrible music on the TV.
So good.
And yes, creepy music and scary sounds.
Yes.
I hate to do this to an Alberta filmmaker and my friends at Cuff, but yeah, it's a rage for me.
What?
If this is your thing, I hope you enjoy it, and please
And I did.
support the filmmaker and encourage you to watch it at least once.
I want to watch it again.
I will not be seeing it again because I did not enjoy it the first time.
I am going to watch
And
it
I
again
wasn't scared.
someday when it's just me in the house.
Yeah, you do.
And I'm going to turn all the lights out and I'm going to watch it by myself in the basement.
Will you be nude?
Probably.
Oh. Can I come?
No, then
Oh.
it's not just me.
Oh, well. Can I hide in the closet?
Only if you make creepy noises.
Oh, I can do that.
Hey,
I
you're
do that the best of
invited.
times.
I'll
All right,
just
well,
leave the door open and just
let me tell
sneak
you
in.
what I thought of Skinamarink. Things that describe the film Skinamarink. Sound that is deafening at times.
Yes.
Silence that is supremely unnerving almost all of the time.
Yes.
Uncomfortable situations that take you places you don't know where you're going or have no idea why or what is going to happen.
Yes.
What is happening pretty much through the entire film. Wanting to look away after endless single shots or sometimes what appears to be nothing, but you just can't look away.
I know.
Because sometimes the director, and I'm saying sometimes, does things like pops a creepy thing up on the screen, or makes a large sound, or puts images out of view in the background, and sometimes nothing happens at all.
I know.
But always throughout the entire film, the film has a over and undertone of creepy, freaky dread that emotes into every fucked up CLF-ridden scene of this movie. I loved what was happening in this movie from pretty much every frame. And then by the end, I knew nothing more than I did at the beginning of it, which is even more confusing, which I liked a lot.
Yes.
But it was just a little too long.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes, it needed about 10 to 13 minutes of editing because I looked at my watch 12 minutes before it ended, which normally means if I've looked at my watch,
Yeah.
it's not that great a movie.
I was hoping
or
it
it's
was-
not the greatest of movies,
I wanted it to be longer.
which, after leaving,
Director's
caused
cut.
me to
Director's
wonder
cut.
if it was as good as I'd thought it had.
Oh. And
So, upon leaving the cinema, I was still a bit confused, and I was a little bit of a confused state, and wasn't sure I loved this movie, and was thinking it was too long and needed editing. But then on second thought, days later, I could not stop thinking about this movie and want to see it again and again and again and again and again and again. This film is Mondo, 'cause
Yes.
I can't stop thinking about it.
yes.
Even now, I'm thinking about it.
I know. It's crazy.
Just looking at Bryce sometimes scares me. And
Yeah, it
this
scares me too.
movie, these are the type of movies that you can see it's a low budget film, but it's taking you places that no one's taken you before.
Yep.
And so, as much as I think there could have been some editing on it, at the end, the end was a good payoff for what you got. And it was just, it gave you an atmosphere that, as a horror fan, I haven't felt like that in a long, long while in a horror film. Like, I have not been scared, and I wasn't fully scared in this movie.
No, you're never fully scared, but you're creeped the bleep out like the entire
I don't normally,
way.
nothing creeps me the bleep out.
Yeah.
When by bleep, I mean, it doesn't creep me the fuck out. Like, I'm never creeped out, and this movie fucking creeped me out.
Yes.
Because you don't see anything except, like...
It's so good.
It's almost like the cameras are kind of, like, hidden that are there.
It's a Bryce movie.
It was apparently a me movie too.
Go.
It was fucking creepy as fuck.
It was so good.
A Merman movie.
No,
this is not a Merman
And like
movie.
I said, Paranormal and Blair Witch, who've gotten a lot of hate over the years, those two generally creep me out. Yeah, Paranormal is the same. It's like for the first 100 nights, there's like nothing happens. You're just staring at footage as they're sleeping. But then all of a sudden, something. And that seriously made like my skin crawl and my back just got, right
see,
up.
The difference
and
between
this
them is
movie
this
didn't do that.
This had a lot more imagination
From the
than
moment,
any of those.
it never grabbed me from moment one.
That's weird.
I was just
it
uncomfortable and I wanted to see what was happening, and I hated it was so dark.
It totally grabbed me from the first second and
really
never
did.
let go.
Yeah, so for me it was the same thing. Like you couldn't focus on stuff, so it made you look harder at the screen. So that when something did happen, you're like, wait a minute.
And as I say, like the muffled dialogue, you literally like I found myself like leaning
I can't
in,
really hear what's happening. Yeah. And the more you leaned in, the more it was like, and then all of a sudden it just puts a giant on the screen, and you're kind of like, well, that was creepy and scary.
Yeah, that was one moment that almost got me. One moment.
Thank God that happened.
But
Those are what was happening because you did not know what was going to happen all the way through it. And yeah, I agree that you should really watch this. I mean, it was great to see it in cinema with a packed house.
This is the one time where I'm like, at some point, I need to watch this by myself when it's an empty house.
But there was not a peep in the entire movie for the entire movie.
Yeah, you didn't have people like screaming at the screen.
That's, I guess, where you guys are different. I noticed every little sound in the theater because
Really?
there's no sound. There was no
nobody
sound
was
on the
saying
screen. I heard people shuffling around. I watched people go up and down the aisles. Like,
yeah, but there was nobody talking. Like,
nobody was.
Lots of times in a movie, no one was talking. People were trying to be.
People have sodas. I mean, I heard noises.
Yeah, but you're not hearing people talking because they're so focused on what's going on in the movie.
It didn't grab me from the start, so I was out of it the whole movie.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt about Plane.
It never really got me. So, like, congratulations to the filmmakers, and I think it may be showing up on Shudder at some point. So
I wouldn't doubt it.
if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. But
or if you can see it in cinemas or in Bryce's basement.
It might have a return gig, maybe to our friends in the north.
I'll post Bryce's address on our social media, and then you can just sneak into his closet.
Scare the crap out of him when he's watching it.
Then when he's just live in his closet until you know that he's playing the movie. Bryce, picture you turn the sound up when you're watching it, so people know.
Yeah, I want
in
you
this
to have
house,
surround sound on.
and then they know it's time to get out of the closet.
That's just the trailer. They don't ever say in this house in the actual movie.
It's true, but maybe you
the trailer. By the way, the trailer is.
They don't say much.
Good.
They don't say much of anything in the movie.
In this house.
Yeah, it's true. They don't say much of anything.
The trailer's awesome too,
except for go to sleep.
Whatever.
Yes.
Oh, please don't tell me this is your top 10 Gerard Butler movies.
It better not be.
Thought about it. I don't think I even have 10 of his I like.
No,
because
there isn't.
There's maybe
I do
one.
enjoy his action movies. His rom-coms, not so much.
Cop Shop wasn't terrible.
Cop Shop was a man.
There you go. Cop Shop was good.
Yeah, it was good.
The Plane, boss. The Plane.
A Plane movies?
This week is all about planes.
All right.
Not only did I get to see Gerard Butler's awesome new action flick,
Yeah.
I also found a hidden gem in the Crave library.
What?
Money Plane.
Oh no!
From 2020.
No!
And probably a direct-to-video turd fest.
Okay, can you pause there for just a second?
I have seen this.
Yeah, and I dared you to see this.
Yes.
And you said it was a meh.
Did I really?
Yeah, you did, because I hated it so much.
Oh, there was something about it. What was about it that I liked?
It was something stupid like you normally have. Like
Yeah,
it was like something
tell me
like
about it again. Refresh my memory, because there is something that made me say
Is this the
mad.
Bryce Minute or the Merman Minute?
Yeah, but We need to know about this movie
why,
again because it was
I
so
will
terrible.
finish.
Okay,
then
thank
you
you.
can comment
Will
after
do.
I'm done.
Yes.
Or during.
It's just that we've already talked about this on our
Well, I
podcast.
probably wasn't here for it.
That's true.
And this was on TV, so I taped it.
Nice.
A professional thief with $40 million in debt and his family's life on the line must commit one final heist. Rob a futuristic airborne casino filled with the world's most dangerous criminals.
I remember this being so bad.
This epic film stars Kelsey Grammer as the bad guy.
Sure does.
Evil crime lord Darius the Rumble Grouch, whose catchline is, "Let's rumble." But the true action star of this flick was Adam Copeland,
All right, Adam Copeland was
also
in
known
it.
as
Edge.
WWE's Edge, from Toronto, Ontario.
That's
Not
in Canada.
only that, but it features not one, not two, but three Lawrence brothers. Joey Lawrence.
What the hell's a Lawrence brother?
Joey Lawrence from the 80s sitcom fame.
Whoa.
And see, you know it. Even Mr.
Whoa.
Movie knows it.
Whoa.
And his two less talented brothers wrote, produced, and directed this film.
Did they?
And all three of them were in it.
Nice.
But wait, there's
I forgot
more.
Joey Lawrence was
There's
in
more.
Yeah.
There was
Starring
more.
as the hero's wife,
Yes.
whose life is in danger,
Was.
is none other than Denise Richards.
Oh, no.
You only see her for 5 minutes. Believe me, that's enough.
I
Don't you
did
mean-
not give this a
Yes,
map.
you did.
So what did I think of this film?
Yes, what did you
It was basically Ocean's 11 on an airplane.
That is terrible.
Except every high-stakes wager ends with the subject dying some gruesome death.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds cool enough. You bet on somebody when they're going to die.
Yep.
Except the professional wrestler as a lead character is never good unless your last name is Johnson. The
Johnson.
stunts were terrible. The dialogue was cringeworthy. And the plot was laughable.
Can I just add one thing? And the thing they were making you think was a plane was a set because it was the
course.
most obvious
'Cause-
set of anything that was trying to be a plane. I couldn't get
I gotta
past
go
that.
back and listen. If you say I gave this anything but a rage,
No,
I need
you
to
gave
find out
this a
why.
meh.
I gotta find out why.
Please, Murray, continue.
I enjoyed most of it. I do think,
Even though all those terrible
because
things.
it was terribly bad and cheesy. I loved that. I do think grammar needs to be added to at least one of our lists, though. He is not
Repulsive?
making good career choices.
Oh.
No wonder he's up for a Frasier reboot. Sadly, it is a rage.
Oh, yes. Oh,
I
Murray.
did enjoy it, though.
Yeah, you can. You know what? There's movies that I give a rage that I did enjoy. I'm glad I saw.
Yeah, it just, it
Yeah,
was just fun.
I'm looking at you, Dumbo.
Yeah, Dumbo.
You and your big ears.
There's no way I gave it a meh.
You totally did.
I think you did. I think you enjoyed it more than you thought you did.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Sweet rage. Covering my body and soul. Releasing out into the universe. My toxic rage. Blanketing all those who come in contact with it with a warmth that only true rage can deliver.
Get to the point.
My rage this week is real simple.
Yep.
Just like Liam Neeson, I do not want to see another fucking Gerard Butler movie as long as I fucking live.
They're terrible.
He cannot make a good movie if his soul depended on it. And it does, I think, in particular. He is completely awful. I hate every single thing he's ever done. And that's my rage this week. I can't stand him. I don't want to see another one.
Yeah,
That's my rage.
that's fair.
He's awful.
He's pretty bad.
That's it.
You should have done my top 10 Gerard Butlers. Just to piss
no
you.
way
Just
you
to piss
you
you.
no
off.
way you can come up
there's
with
no
10.
humanly way that you've got 10.
I bet you I could.
I don't think
bet
so.
you
In
could.
fact, you just wait till next week.
Okay, so my rage is having to stream The Eternal Daughter instead of seeing it where I should have seen it, and that is, of course, in a movie theater. That is where I want to spend my money, not on VODs, not on streaming services. I want to give my hard-earned cash to the theaters. Unfortunately, it was playing here in Calgary, but
Yes.
it was playing at like 12 noon on a Saturday afternoon and some other stupid time, and it wasn't playing consistently, so I literally could not make it to the theater to watch it.
So ultimately, you're raging because you're too much of a panty waste to call in sick, is what I'm hearing.
Exactly.
I should have called in
Should've
sick.
called
That's
and
right. You
watched it
should
in
have
the
called
theater.
in sick.
Okay,
So the
my
rage
rage
is-
is that I'm too much of a panty waste to call in sick.
That's what it should be.
Here.
That was a good rage. I usually rage about you for the same reasons. I'm always like, hey, Bryce, what are you doing today? I'm working. Can you call in sick?
No.
No.
I'm not sick.
Can you call in like you pulled
I am
pulled a
what's
groin
commonly
muscle or
known
something?
as a teller of truths.
It's true.
I do not have the capability to tell prevarications.
And the other reason is because his boss listens to this podcast, so
really?
he can't. The next time he calls in sick, she's gonna look and see what's playing at the plaza.
So he can't talk crap about his workplace?
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah,
I love that place. Why would I talk crap about it? They're the best.
they pay him.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
Well, this isn't going to be a tough discussion
What's
because
that?
originally we were going to try and discuss because Tilda Swinton has been removed from our Mesmerized list, and so we thought, well, maybe there's a possibility that she could make it on the Undoubted list.
Apparently not, because Murray gave it a rage.
She only has 8 more movies, and she can be Undoubted.
Do you have the list there, though?
Of the movies?
Yeah.
Well, let's just pull it up.
Just pull it up just because I'm
You
curious.
want to now talk about her.
I'm just curious to see, had he not given it a rage, if she had any chance, which I'm not even sure if she does, to be honest.
I think she's been in too many
Awesome
movies that
movies.
are not good.
She's been in a lot of awesome movies, though.
All right, so...
What's the last 8?
Okay, so Pinocchio, which doesn't count because it's animated.
Let's start with The Eternal Daughter.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. I said we're not doing Pinocchio because
Oh, it's that next? Okay,
it's-
go ahead.
That was that
It
was
actually
yes.
came out after.
Yeah, well, as far as IMDb is concerned,
Yeah.
whether
Okay.
or not
Yeah,
it's in
yeah.
cinemas. And then it was Eternal Daughter,
Bondo.
which was a meh,
Rage.
which is a rage, which is the reason she's not on. 3,000 Years of Longing was Mondo's for
Mondo.
both of us. Then she was in Memoria,
Mondo.
which for you is a Mondo. It was also a rage for Murray, and it was a meh for me. So she would have
I
been
don't know.
fine.
What are you guys watching?
If
This is so Mondo.
She wouldn't. She would be fine if it wasn't for Murray.
Love Memoria.
I'm just saying. The French Dispatch, which was a Mondo,
Mondo. That's 4
Meh.
Mondos.
and it was
Meh.
another meh for him.
Yes.
So again, Last and First Men she doesn't count because she was just a narrator.
But it was Mondo.
Rage.
That's one
It
of my
was-
favorite movies of that
It
year.
was also a meh.
It was awesome.
And then she was in The Personal History of David Copperfield, which was a Mondo.
Mondo. 5 Mondos.
And then she was in Uncut Gems, which was a Mondo.
Mondo. 6 Mondos.
And then she was in The Dead Don't Die, which for me and Murray was a Mondo, but for Bryce it was a meh.
it was a meh.
And then that was TV series. And then Avengers Endgame, which was a meh.
She
Yeah, it was a mess. So it got back-to-back mess for me. I couldn't even get her on if it was just me.
So even if Murray said he's not voting on
You can
any of them,
disqualify
Yeah,
it's
me
because of
But
you.
the first one would have dropped off and her next one be a Mondo and she'd be on. Now I got to wait 8.
But ultimately, it's still your fault.
Yeah,
She's not getting any younger.
You can take my vote right out because I didn't see half those movies.
Yeah, that's
But
we
well,
did. But
unfortunately, you did see
between
the last
between the
one.
two of you, you still didn't give it
that's right.
8 Mondos.
But
so
but Murray,
between the two of you, you disqualified.
but Murray, it's not the two of us. It's Bryce.
well,
He is the reason. Thanks, Bryce.
why she's not undoubted?
That's right.
Oh.
Thanks, Bryce.
What?
Because she made it for me. I passed her through.
You did, actually.
That's right.
I got
because she was man, Mondo, man, Mondo.
The thing is, she'd
and
be
for you,
on
it was
after
double
the next
man.
movie. If it was her next movie was a meh for me, she'd be off.
Yeah, but you never know now. You just have to realize it's all your fault, Tilda Swinton.
Whatever. I don't understand how the greatest actress on the face of the earth,
Excuse
one of
me.
the best actors on the face of the
Okay, that's
earth,
a good choice.
is not on any of our lists. It makes no sense to me.
Well, if Murray
Well,
gives...
correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you guys take Tilda Swinton off the week I
she
wasn't
did.
here?
That's right.
Yeah, because he made
So
me watch some idiotic movie that nobody should have to
That
watch.
had nothing to do with me.
But Peter Stormare was more mesmerizing. It's true.
What the?
All right, so more importantly,
Yes.
let's stop talking about Tilda Swinton
I don't want to.
because the tears will start to
know you
flow.
Yeah, okay.
The more important discussion we have to have this week is
Yes.
whether or not Sly Stallone is doubted, undoubted, repulsive, or mesmerizing.
Or
In
none of the
acting
above.
or directing, or none of the above. Because he has officially made 8 movies.
Okay, so let's what do you want to start with?
As a director or as an actor?
Yeah, as a director.
Oh, because he made a lot more as an actor.
Yes, of course. Well, we're gonna do all of them.
Or
Okay,
like
let's
four of them
let's
Rocky?
get this rolling then, because this sounds like it's gonna take a while.
That's not gonna take too long for the so the big one.
Yep.
His last directorial debut
All right.
was The Expendables, which for me was a
Rage.
I
rage,
hated it. I
and
liked it.
Murray gave it a Mondo. So right now
He's already.
he
got-
can't be
he
on
can't-
anything.
Let's just be. I'm curious to see if he would have made it without
All right,
Murray's Mondo.
Rambo,
Was
2008 was a
Ah,
rage.
It was meh.
It was rage. Rocky Balboa, 2006 was a rage.
It was meh.
It was rage. Rocky 4 for me was a rage.
It was meh.
No, it was rage. Staying Alive, which was a rage.
That was a rage.
Yep. Rocky 3, also a rage.
It was meh.
And Rocky 2 was a rage.
It was meh.
And then, and then Paradise Alley, which was a meh for me.
I'd probably give it a meh.
All right, so basically,
I gave a lot of mehs.
you gave Sylvester
I
Stallone
like him as a director,
is basically
apparently.
a meh.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll go
he-
see a movie directed by Sly.
I did give him kudos that he does some of the best close-up film work I've ever seen.
There you go.
So there you go.
Okay, let's move on. What
Well,
else?
apparently he's not doubted or undoubted.
Okay.
So, for directing,
For directing.
but for acting,
Let's bring it on.
okay. Now, does this count? He was in the Samaratian or Samaranian or whatever it is. It's the one that was on Prime.
The Samaritan.
Yeah,
Samaritan, I saw that.
Samaritanian or something. Does that
Yeah,
count?
I think it counts. I haven't
Okay,
seen it,
it
though.
was a rage for me.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
Murray,
Yeah, it was all right.
was it a meh?
Yeah.
Okay. He was in the Suicide Squad, which was a Mondo for
But
me.
he wasn't in it.
Oh, that's right. He was a
He
shark.
was a shark.
Then there was Rambo: Last Blood, which was a
It was
rage.
meh. Although that last
did you
scene
see
was almost made it a range.
I don't
Rage.
watch Rambo movies. Much as I like action movies, I haven't really seen a one.
So you should, because then we might be able to get him on some
don't know.
lists. Escape
don't-
Plan: The
no, we
Extractors was a rage.
That's a rage. That was awful.
Was terrible. He was in a movie called Back Trace, which was a rage.
That was a rage. I saw that.
Creed 2 was a rage.
That was a rage.
Escape Plan 2, Hades was a rage.
That was ridiculous rage.
No, he doesn't count in Guardians of the Galaxy either,
No.
Volume 2, because he was just a voice.
Yeah.
And then he was in Creed,
Yeah, which was Mondo.
which was a rage.
I liked Creed.
Was it a man or was it a rage or a
Not
Mondo?
about Mondo. It was a man.
Okay, there
It
you
was
go.
Mondo.
I
It was
mean,
a rage.
you're talking about out of the 8 movies he directed, 4 of them were Rockies. So it's like obviously he doesn't have a lot of range.
No, the acting one.
But
This
the
one's the acting one.
out of the 50 movies he made, 20 of them
And
were,
I
were
will
Rockies
say
and
it is
Rambos.
his performance in Creed that made it Mondo.
Yeah. As an old aging fighter who was dying, which was
Did you-
very...
Was there subtitles?
No, you didn't need
you need
subtitles.
subtitles.
You always need subtitles. when he's talking.
And for the record, I love all the Expendables.
I know you do.
There's a 4th one, by the way, coming out.
Oh, great.
Kelsey Grammer was in 3.
Okay, you know what? We should talk about Kelsey Grammer. Murray suggested it.
Yeah, let's see it real quick.
This might be quick.
There was I know there was some movie that What's Her Head was in.
His Christmas movie I actually like,
meh.
but I don't think I give it a Mondo. But it wasn't because of him. If it
Yeah, I
was-
don't think I'm gonna. You're gonna say all these movies. I'm not gonna have seen any of them because all I can think of was that. I can't think of anything. What has he made? I guess Money Plane.
No, for like what 10 or 2
Okay,
years. all
TV
we did
movies
was-
don't count.
Aren't they all TV movies?
So he was in a movie that
streaming
was not a
counts.
TV movie called Christmas in Paradise.
What the hell is
Yeah,
Christmas?
didn't see
in
that one.
Paradise?
I didn't see that because it's a Christmas movie.
Okay.
He was in a movie called High Expectations.
I don't know why we're doing this. I haven't seen that either. Neither of you.
Perhaps you should see it.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not going to sit here and watch 8 Kelsey Grammer
You should
movies
see
in order
every
to get them
movie
on a
he's in.
freaking list.
Where Father Christmas is back.
Nobody's seen this movie, Jim.
That's the one I saw. I like that one.
There you go. He might make that. He might make the Undoubted list, Murray.
No, I doubt it.
He was in a movie called Charming the Hearts of Men.
This is the dumbest thing we've ever done. I haven't seen that either. And I'm not going to. Kelsey Grammer is safe because he makes such putrid crap that I'm never going to see any of them.
There's got to be one you've
You
seen.
saw Money Plane.
Yeah, you did see Money Plane, which you gave a meh.
I don't think I gave it a meh.
You absolutely did.
Anyways, why not? Let's keep on going. What was his 5th back, Jim?
I stopped looking. Apparently we now have to watch some Kelsey
Yeah, we're
Grammer
not watching
movies.
any Kelsey Grammer
Well, oh, I'm
movies.
sorry. Why not?
Because we'd have to watch 8 Kelsey Grammer movies.
No, we only have to watch every other movie.
You almost made
Unless
me swear.
Murray makes-
Almost had to swear.
Yeah. Well, remember? Do you remember the year of Denise Richards?
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
Do you remember the year of Denise Richards?
I do. That was hell.
The best years of our life.
Absolute hell.
No, unfortunately, it started going south for him when he put on blue paint and was in an X-Men movie.
Oh,
Kelsey Grammer?
Yes.
he was the
He was
beast.
in at least one of them, maybe 2.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was the beast.
And it
forgot
wasn't,
about
it
that.
wasn't a suit. It was him.
Yeah, he was
with
pretty
blue
good.
makeup.
Look, yeah, it was all right.
I mean, he wasn't like hanging from the ceiling or anything, but still.
Oh, what a
Everybody loves Kelsey Grammer.
Oh, he was
and
also in
TV.
the remake of Fame, too, by
When
the
we're
way.
Well, that
dancing on
sounds
the
extremely
ceiling.
awful.
Just saying.
All right. Well,
But yeah, like, as much as I like Father Christmas, other than that, a lot of his recent movies have been terrible.
All right,
so.
let's move on. I'm sick of the list.
well, it was a washout all the way along.
It was a waste of freaking time.
It's never
Well,
a
what
waste of
isn't a
time.
freaking waste of time is we're going to talk. We didn't get a promo this week,
No.
so we're going to talk about Cuff again. So those who are listening to our podcast and you have access to coming to Calgary,
Southern Alberta.
you
area.
are going to get a special surprise because we're going to be seeing the off-the-cuff event of Infinity Pool by Baby Cronenberg.
Yeah, I think it's actually at Sundance right now.
Yeah. So if you're in the States, you could see it at Sundance, I guess.
Yeah,
Right?
you could.
But if you're in Calgary, it's playing on
February.
January 26th,
26th,
which is a
okay.
Thursday,
Was it?
In the evening.
which we'll all be going to
Yes.
It's likely you will see.
because
it
Baby
there.
Cronenberg's on a roll too.
And it has actors moving around, so I may actually enjoy it. Plus, it has
It has a
my
Skarsgård,
second favorite Skarsgård.
the second best Skarsgård
That's right.
after Bill.
Mm.
Exactly. There's our promo.
There you go.
All
so
right.
get your tickets now.
Get your tickets now.
Yes.
And we'll see you there.
CalgaryUndergroundFilm.org.
I got my ticket.
Good.
Last week on Rage or Dare, the boys skipped hand in hand merrily into the new year like newborn babies. Wait, do newborn babies skip? I guess maybe with an elaborate system of wires you could arrange them. Anyway, the boys drew from my torturous bag of evil remakes and pulled The Last Witch Hunter. Wait, you're telling me that's not a remake of Season of the Witch? Regardless, Vin Diesel is in it, so I'm pretty sure it's even worse than a remake. Who am I kidding? It's the absolute worst. This week, the easily broken Bryce, as I like to call him now, gets another fateful chance at Death by High School Musical 3 when he reaches into Jim's mixed bag of tricks. Will the completely doubted Vin Diesel re-break Bryce? Oh, and Jim, of course. Or did the Diesel put Jim on the right track to break just in time for Valentine's Day? You know, because I love him so much. Sorry, I mean I love to break him so much.
All right.
Why don't you tell us about The Last Witch Hunter?
This will be pretty quick because I just watched The Last Witch Hunter like 6 days ago, and I'm at a loss to talk about it. It literally made no impression on me. I remember Vin Diesel was in it. I believe he was cursed at the beginning to walk the earth forever by a witch. That is weird because all that accomplished was this guy hunting down witches forever. Why would she want that? I also remember Elijah Wood is in it. He said something that made me smile early on, but I don't remember what that was. Other than that, I am drawing a blank. I mean, it was definitely a rage, as I know it was not as good. I know it wasn't good at all, but it wasn't up to Casey's usual standard, as it failed to haunt me with its repulsiveness. So yes, it was a rage, but not up to the rage I would expect from Casey's bag. It's kind of like a vacation this time around. I watched it, and then I forgot about it.
That's almost...
What was this film about, Jim?
Well, I was a little confused too. So this seemed like it was a little less funny Austin Powers film than when I saw Goldmember. Isn't it?
I don't know.
I mean, Michael Caine is always funny in Austin Powers films, right?
Oh yeah, Michael Caine was in it.
He was
This was funny like Austin Powers. Right?
No.
right now.
Elijah Wood made me laugh once. So.
Well, Elijah Wood is a god. So, but then I hate to say this, that Elijah Wood is in this
Yeah.
because as a rule, he never makes anything I don't love him in.
Yeah.
And as usual, he's amazing in it. Also, maybe not well known, fantasy is one of my favorite secret crush genres.
Yeah, I don't like fantasy.
So my number 2 creep crush plus Austin Powers' dad
Yeah.
plus secret genre crush
Yeah.
minus the completely doubted and repulsive Vin Diesel
Yeah.
makes us a meh. Even though the CGI story concept was not great. Oh, and the logic and believability was difficult at times. I mean, what punishment, as you had alluded to, was it to curse him to live forever so he can kill witches when when she's the queen of witches?
What is that?
Oh, right. That's right, because it made no sense.
No.
I was confused why the witch would do that, right up until the very end, until she comes back and tells us the reason she did that.
Oh, what
which
was it?
still
I
also
don't
made no,
remember.
because then she could suck him dry and not in a good way, and then she could live forever, which I'm kind of thinking like, well, why didn't you just kill him in the first place and then just live forever then?
Because
Like-
he didn't have the witch's power inside him yet.
Yeah, well, but
I don't
she
understand,
had it
but
in
she
her.
gave it to him.
She gave it to
I didn't
him.
even see
And
that,
then she took it back?
I can follow
Why
it.
didn't she just keep it to begin with?
No.
Yeah.
And then she would have
It's-
saved a lot of witches in the meantime.
Yeah, like
See,
why is she wanting her witch?
Again, we're going
covering?
back to Highlander, which you guys also hated.
What the hell's a Highlander?
Every time they killed somebody else, they got their power. So I'm guessing, I've not seen this, Vin Diesel got power by killing witches.
No, he
No,
didn't get
he
any
didn't,
power.
wasn't it?
He just got
He was given the power by the
To
witch,
kill witches,
who
but-
then
No.
took the power back at the end of the movie so that she could live forever, which makes no sense because she had the power in the first place. So
That's
all she
right.
did was kill a lot of witches.
He killed
by
a
her.
lot of witches.
Well, no, she did, but with her actions of giving him the power
I
to kill
guess,
witches.
yeah.
For,
So, which if
for-
she's the queen of
for
witches,
frickin' hundreds
she
of
probably shouldn't have
years.
done that.
Maybe
She's-
she just
she
wanted
is
to
an
get rid
idiot.
of. She wanted to get rid of her rivals.
She's the worst
You ever think of
witch.
that?
She's the worst.
She's not. She
See,
didn't think it through. Is
I
what it
didn't
is.
follow this. I don't know why you guys
Yeah.
could.
She need to think this through.
But the entire movie with Vin Diesel's annoyingness and
Yes.
his whispery baby talking,
Yeah.
Yes.
even my number 2 creep crush, Elijah, isn't powered to defend the doubtedness of Vin Diesel. Elijah has a powerful hold on me, just like perhaps a witch might. But even his power of good creepiness is not enough to take down the undoubted and repulsive Vin. Even though Elijah is part of my creepy creep crush family, it's all about family. Right?
That's what I hear.
One thing to note, though, is of all the Vin Diesel movies I've seen, and unfortunately I've seen them all, I found this one the least annoying.
So bad for you.
I liked one Vin Diesel movie.
Was it Pitch Black?
Was Pitch Black.
Yeah, it's
I was
okay.
going to say the babysitter one.
That's the only one I
Yeah.
liked. The rest of them have been god-awful rages, like every single one
Oh,
of them.
he's repulsive.
He is
I mean,
so repulsive.
All 9 Fast
And
and
his-
Furiouses?
Yeah, starting with the first one and working his way up to 9. Yeah. And his whispery baby talk is just so fucking annoying.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Well, he's just not that bright.
Yeah. Well, there's that too.
Limited vocabulary.
All right, Mr. Bryce. Let's see if you're going to get High School Musical 3.
Oh, will this never end?
It's going to end eventually because this bag's getting empty. Come on, get in there.
This bag's getting empty.
This bag is making me thirsty.
It's not High School Musical 3.
No! That means I might get it.
Oh, you're getting it. I think this is this Cedric the Entertainer?
What's it called?
Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins.
Probably.
I think it's Cedric the Entertainer. Am I right?
I think you're
Sure.
I don't think I've seen it at least. So that's good.
Yeah.
So I don't have to relive some hellish thing that I've already seen. I'm guessing I'm not going to be laughing too much, but I'm guessing it's a comedy.
The reason that you're getting this is not because Cedric the Entertainer may or may not be in it.
Is he though?
Oh, yes, he's in it.
Okay.
But the star of this show
Yes.
is Martin Lawrence.
Oh no!
Double whammy.
Well, Cedric the Entertainer is actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
But
Mild.
Martin
I
Lawrence is
forgot that
never
he's
entertaining.
I had actually blocked out that Martin Lawrence was in it.
I know you did.
I just block him out completely because
Yeah.
he is. Oh my!
He is the most repulsive
Okay, this
person on our
no.
list.
I would like to pick again. In fact, I think I'd like to do High School Musical 3 instead of this.
Nope, that's not going to happen.
All right,
can
welcome
give-
home, Roscoe Jenkins.
I can give you Olympus Has Fallen again.
Oh God, no!
Or Angel Has Fallen.
No.
Or London Has
No.
Fallen.
Stop it!
You know what? This has
Gerard
been been
Butler.
the best day of my life. I know I say that a lot.
Yeah, you do.
Well, my life just keeps getting better. Well, so it's not
you
the
go.
thing.
It's good to be Jim.
It's good to be Jim. Well, thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks, Extended Film Rage family, who you can find in our show notes. Thanks to Casey from The Nerdy Photographer, the God of Rage, for the voice of Rage or Dare. Find us on social media everywhere at Film Rage YYC. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrageyyc.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic, where I was wanting to make this a raging blast for all listeners, so please comment, like, and subscribe, and send us emails to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare us to see terrible movies to fuel our rage, but no matter what you do, please, please, please make us rage. That's it for this week. Rage on!
Rage on.